Welcome to the final block of the development phase for the speed and agility unit of your athletic development program for the advanced athlete. So we're going to talk you through three components as normal: your hopping, the acceleration and deceleration focus, and your speed focus. The speed focus is still 90%. The next phase is maximum, so stick with us on this one. So we're the last kind of block of the speed at this threshold before moving on to the high end stuff. Okay, so the first bit is the hopping. Now, we've done hopping on a sagittal basis, on a lateral basis, and a rotational basis. Now we're going to talk a bit more about functionality of jumps. Yes, strength and power is still a component of this, but we're trying to add in a bit more of the complexity of the sport, if you like. So yes, you got to jump, but you got to be able to reach for the ball as well. So we're going to try that. We're going to do a double-handed reach. Appreciate hurling is going to be more of a single-hand reach and with a hurley in one hand, but just for now, we're trying to get that full extension on the jumps, which will translate to both sports. Okay, so the first one is a double-legged jump. So on the spot, you're going to use your hands here to help you. So hands are going to come down with the motion. So imagine if you think about the force going through the body, right? So hands are going to put force down through the body, which is going to load up the muscles, so they're lengthening, and then we're going to explode them up with the hands as well to catch over your head as high as you possibly can. Okay. So we're down, we're jumping up as high as we can. Perfect. Now, very good jump here because we got the vertical forces. We got nothing moving forward. We got no horizontal displacement. We got everything going up in the air. So same thing, keep practicing at home, down, and generate as much force as we go. Reps and sets and all this of this block and this training will be up on a PDF. Okay, that's good. Then we go on to single leg. So on the spot again, one step forward. This foot, if I step forward, it's this leg that'll swing will swing my body up and my inertia up, and then you want you to catch overhead as well like before. Okay, so give this a practice. Good. Now a little bit there, you may not have seen it from the side, there's a bit of a displacement now forward once he goes onto the single leg. I want him to step and generate as much force up as you possibly can. So the mechanics were fine, it was just, you just kind of translated the force forward, which I'd rather it be a more upward force. Yep. So step, so not into a lunge, step into it and swing the leg. Yeah, step in and swing the leg up. Yeah, good. And try the other side. So we're going to do both sides on this one. Step and swing the leg. Make sure that swing leg is coming up. So a lot of times I see people, athletes across all sports, when they jump on a single leg, there isn't enough contribution of the other leg, which is going to generate a lot of force getting upright, and it's going to get you further up as well. So success of fielding a ball or winning a challenge in the air is how high you can jump up. The higher up you can jump, the more likelihood is you can win that ball because you're ahead of someone else. Okay, so you're trying to generate as much force as you can vertically. Yeah, do one more. Good. Okay, now we're going to go into moving, right? So you're going to move forward into a double leg jump. Yeah, into a double leg jump. Good. Good. And you can change the speed of the movement in. So if you want to move in a bit faster and then make the jump, go and do it. Yep, so off you go. Very good. We'll do one more rep of that. Perfect. Good. And again, you're trying not to displace yourself. You know, you're trying to generate force upwards, not so much out. Single leg now. Walk in, catch. Yeah, good. Good on the swing leg. And just get the timing of when that leg contributes to the force upwards. If you swing it too early, obviously it's not going to be efficient. Just try and walk into it and generate the force. And as you're generating the force, this leg should come around and support the jump upward. Yeah. Good. That's good. That's not a bad one. One more on the other side. Very good. Good. And again, just make sure it's upwards and not too much out. Okay. Talk about the sport being multi-direction, hurling and football, both multi-direction. Now we're going to challenge how much can we jump forward, how much can we laterally jump, and how much can we rotationally jump, maximum effort, right? So just going to go on single leg, so I'm going to go left foot onto right foot, and I'm going to use my forward momentum and my hands and my leg drive to get myself forward. So I'm going to go one leg, jump as far forward as I can, and stabilize it. You don't want to fall to the floor, but try and jump as far forward as you can, using all your limbs to jump you as far forward as you can. Yeah. Swinging and catch yourself. Yeah. Walk back. 3 reps on your left, 3 reps on your right for a forward. We'll just do one more rep. Other side. Yeah, good. And make sure you just catch yourself in a position as far forward as you can. Okay, let's go laterally. So left onto right, jumping across as much as you can. Good. Now a couple of things here. You want to land with your foot forward, and you don't want to come up too much. So you don't want to jump upwards. You want to jump across as much as you can. So slide yourself across as much as you can. So really got to push off the adductors. Really have to get across the body here. Yeah. And just land with that forward mechanics of the foot. Yep. Good, and relax. So you don't want to do this, you don't want to do shuttle, shuttle, shuttle. You just want to go across and almost so far that you can't come back again. That's how far I want you to go. I want you to really push the force across the body, and you land and then just catch yourself and then come back maybe to the center again and then do it again. Last one here is a rotational jump. So come out a little bit so you're not too close to the cage, and you're going to jump towards I am here. So on the right leg, jump across, land on the left towards me. Good. And do the other side. Again, as much force as you can. Use your hands as well. Generate the force with your hands. Really swing your hands into the motion. So you're going into this, really swinging yourself across, and you're trying to jump as far back as you possibly can. Okay, that's good. Now we're on to our acceleration and deceleration focus. Today is a 135-degree angle cut back on the acceleration. So you can stand up here. Make sure you're 7 meters apart to the first cone. So I'm 7 meters, again, acceleration, acceleration, deceleration. Now I'm going to have to decelerate myself, and I'm going to have to turn, then back into acceleration, and then I'm down into a deceleration here. Right, so a couple of things. Good athletic position. Make sure you're in a good position to start from. Make sure you're not upright, you're ready to go. Back foot drops, you get into a nice forward lean position. Then it's pistol action, low carriage to the foot. Accelerate forward, or to the floor, sorry. Accelerate forward, pushing off that right side and going to my left, and then decelerating on here. Now, I don't like cones and like this down here. I don't like when I see training and we have to go around cones and poles. It just makes it very inefficient, but I can see why they're there for the purpose of a reference point. So these cones should be given a reference. Don't go around them. You're not a car trying to pass a test. You're trying to do development, or you're trying to develop your body, and you don't want to upset the gait in an unnatural way. So accelerate out, use that as a reference point. If you have to decelerate a little bit beforehand, that's fine. Accelerate out and decelerate, and then the other side. So that cone here is a little bit non-aligned now. Just make sure a reference point is there so you're cutting back on that side. So get into a good position, good athletic position. Might want to step a little bit just so you don't hit the dumbbells behind you. That's a little step to accelerate. Accelerate out using your hands, drive, and then decelerate there. Okay, so make sure it's about a 7 meter. Obviously, just the restrictions here, we can't go too far, but make sure it's a 7 meter track and then a 7 meter run back here, and you're getting used to that change of direction. Like you're coming out, ball's played in behind or whatever, and you have to turn and sprint into that direction. You're going to do left and right 4 times, and it's 3 times through. All this will be on the PDF as well. Okay, we're into our speed stuff. Okay, so if you go down to the top end, and we're going to do what you've always done. So we're going to go 90% here on this motion. So 90% speed, we're still not on the maximum threshold, and there's a reason for that, so just bear with me and trust me on this one. We don't need to go max speed yet. So it's the last week, or last 2 weeks it is, last block. So 6 linear mechanics or movement based stuff into a 30 meter sprint into a 10 meter slowdown. That's the track you should have in front of you. Okay, first one is A skips. So let's see how your A skips are. Good, driving into the floor. Good, and then open up and slow down gradually. Good stuff. And build your way into this 90% as well. You don't have to go 90% on the first one. Build up to it among the reps. So yeah, that's good. Getting your A skips in, and just your foot kind of follows up the shin as you're driving into the floor, and make sure you're pushing down into the floor. The balls of your feet is your contact. Your hands as well contribute so much to the force into the floor, so make sure you are driving your hands with the motion. Okay, we're on to a B skip now. Difficult exercise to do, difficult one to master coordination wise, so if you're poor at this, just keep practicing it. The thing I would say is just slow it down. So the motion is this, coming around. Forget the hands a minute, forget the hands, just coming around. If you have to practice like this, then you might get into the skip, then you might get into the motion like that, then you might add in your hands, and then add some speed to it. Okay, off we go. Or you can do a crazy version like that. That's good. Okay, so that's absolutely fine, and we have to start somewhere. We have to practice something, right? So we have to practice our patterning of it. So this is very good. This is a challenging exercise for yourself, but at least you're trying. And that's what at home, you'll be good at something, you'll be bad at something. you have to practice, you have to teach the body some motion. And the reason why that's important is because when I sprint, right, so if I go for maximum speed, and we're going to go into max speed soon, I'm going to come around, my foot's going to come around, if I'm max sprinting properly, foot's going to come around, then it's going to hit the floor. It's going to be pretty much balls of feet contact. And then the demand here, the hamstring at that length has to come around the cycle is a lot. So this is just preparing our body for the type of action. Okay, it's not the same forces, but the type of action and the type of contact that's going to happen in max speed. That's why it's an important exercise to do. Then, so yeah, just have a go at it. So if you want to start at any level you want to start at, obviously we're just joking around here, but yeah, so what you're doing is perfect. So what you're doing is ideal, and just try and get the rhythm behind it with your hands. Yeah, scraping the floor with the balls of your feet, exactly it. Yeah, perfect. Yeah, and add some pattern now. Yeah, so that's good. That's the pattern. Now add a bit of tempo into it. Add a little. Yeah, there we go. 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 That's good. That's good. That's good. And now hit the floor. Perfect. Now, okay. Does it have to look the perfect B skip? And is there a perfect B skip? It's about getting the activation we want to the hamstrings that's going to replicate something like max speed, and that's going to prepare hamstrings for the action we're going to do. So that's absolutely perfect. Okay, next one is jockeying. So jockeying 2 left, 2 right. So stepping away, yeah. It's important here to transition about going left and right here. So we'll talk about that in a second. Yeah, off you go. So shovel back 2 left, keep the feet together, keep the feet wide, keep the feet wide, don't put them together. Keep the feet wide, turn and sprint. Good, okay, so as we mentioned before, when you're coming across here, what tends to happen sometimes is it comes narrow and then open up again. So you have this effect coming in. I don't really want to see that because that's not a good position to be in. Neutral stance being tall, or sorry, narrow stance being tall. You want to stay low, open up the hips left and right, allows you then to get into a good position if you are defending or even if you're attacking or transitioning. Okay, next one is lateral shuffle, so facing me. Yeah, shuffle across. Good, feet forward and then into a sprint. And then decelerate, perfect. Again, principles here are feet forward, maintaining that position, maintaining that width, almost the same width all the time as I'm coming across, because at any moment there I can accelerate forward. If I'm coming across here and I have to accelerate from here, it's going to be hard for me to sprint forward. I'm going to have to fall and catch myself. But if I'm here, I can get into that back step and accelerate forward. Okay, other one, other side. Practice left and right. Feet wide, yeah. Shuffle, 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 shuffle. Good, into a sprint. Nice one, very good. Same thing again, same applies as shuffling across, shuffling across. I mean, it might even be mini steps. You're not trying to shuffle as far as you can in each one. It might be just mini ones to allow yourself to be in a good position then to move from. Okay, last one, straight leg running. Balls of your foot is the contact. Be nice and tall. You'll start accelerating as you come down the track, so you'll start accelerating, getting quicker, and then get into your sprint. Okay, back down here. Yeah, balls of your feet, quicker, 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 pick up space. Yeah, all the way to stop. Good stuff. Okay, I know you've repeated this a few times, but there's a real reason why we want you to repeat this stuff. It's very much one of the best injury preventions you could do is just regularly doing some speed work, because in a game, you may not have to do it in the first five games, but there'll be 6 games where you have to go max speed, and you want to have the body ready for that. We're building up on the hops. The hops are more functional. The change of direction is obviously a bit more functional because it's multi-directional, and then you got this as well on top of it. Changes in the next phase, just make sure you're staying consistent with it. And again, like the timetable would suggest, if you want to do more speed work, because that's the area you need to improve on, then do the speed work. You may not need the endurance because you're back training now and you may feel fit enough, so then select that as well. Or it might be the other way around. I think I'm happy with the speed and I just need more endurance, then select that as well. That's why the timetable is split into speed or endurance for you to select what's best for you. Keep up the training, stay consistent, and see you soon.